I drove home so excited that I get to surprise my beautiful wife and 5-year-old daughter. I honestly felt like the luckiest guy alive. I came home early from a business trip and had bought a huge bouquet of her favorite red roses and chocolate truffles. I rushed inside, thrilled beyond belief. When I entered, my daughter rushed out of her bedroom and hugged me in tears. "I'm so happy you're back, Daddy." "Hey darling, what happened? Why are you crying?" She just shook her head, not wanting to say. "Well, look at what I got you." I pulled a brand new teddy bear out of my bag and she hugged it tightly. "Where's your mommy?" Her eyes bulged in fear. "She's in her room with her friend." I thought, that's weird. I held her huge bouquet in my hands, entered the hallway, and approached the closed bedroom door and opened it. Surprise! I had to adjust my eyes when I saw my wife sitting in bed next to another man, sharing a cigarette. I was frozen, horrified, and speechless. I locked eyes with her and they both glanced at each other, not sure what to say. I felt a deep betrayal in my gut that turned into a murderous rage. "With our daughter in the other room? Are you people insane?" My wife stuttered and tried to justify. "You weren't supposed to be home until next week. You should have called and told me." My throat tightened in pain. "As if this is somehow my fault? How could you do this? I thought you were happy." She stared at me as if I was a ghost. I glared at the man she was with and felt a murderous rage boiling inside me. Unfortunately, I knew this dick. "Whitman, you piece of crap. Get the hell out of my house." I walked out, went into my daughter's room, and sat next to her. She looked up at me with her big, sad brown eyes. "What were they doing in there, Daddy?" I felt a sting in my heart and tried not to show her that I was in pain, but she could tell. "It doesn't matter, baby. All I can tell you is that no matter what happens, I will always be there for you, and I love you more than you can imagine." "I love you too." I hugged her tightly. "Pack up a few of your clothes, okay? We're gonna go to a hotel." I walked towards the front door with her, and my wife yelled, "Where the hell do you think you're going with my daughter?" "To a safe place where she isn't exposed to your madness." Whitman came out behind her. "You're a small, pathetic, weak little man. I'm shocked that you're surprised to see your wife with me. Clearly, I'm more of a man than you'll ever be. That's why she chose me, you little weasel." My fists clenched and I felt the veins popping out of my forehead. I wanted to kill him so badly. Then I noticed my daughter watching me with fear in her eyes. I couldn't do it in front of her. She had been through enough. "You're lucky my daughter's here, or I'd end you." We went to a hotel, and 2 days later, I was awoken to a loud knock at my door. I opened it and saw a dainty little man. "You've been served." I read the summons. "A custody hearing? What?" I sat in court and watched Whitman's lawyer prance around and lie his face off. "Your Honor, this man is an unhinged drunk and a serious danger to the well-being of his daughter." I was horrified. I screamed out to the jury, "Everything he just said is a complete lie. Just ask my daughter." "We object, Your Honor." Sustained. I covered my face with my hands in horror. A week later, the judge spoke. "Will the defendant please rise? After hearing both sides clearly, I am giving full custody of your daughter to your wife." My heart sank. Then I saw my poor, sweet little angel fall to her knees and weep. "Please, let me be with my daddy. Please, I want my daddy." Her weeping tore my heart in half. I tried to comfort her. "Stay strong, darling. Daddy will always be here for you. It'll be okay." A month after the trial, they moved into Whitman's big mansion on his private island, and I was left with nothing. But I was not about to go down easily and lay down and die for these jerks. I had to
Get ready for LEGO Festival at Legoland this summer.
At Duncan's Diamonds, we travel the world to discover fine jewelry of unbeatable value and exceptional.
make a plan, so I sat across from my FBI agent friend, Argento. Whitman's having a dinner party on his island tomorrow night. I'm going undercover so I can sneak on, kidnap my daughter back and take her to live in Italy. He looked at me like I was completely insane, which I was. "I'm only telling you because I know you hate Whitman as well." He nodded. "Yeah, I do believe he's an excessively corrupt individual. That's why I'm gonna do you a huge favor. I'm gonna break into his safe and take pictures of all of his transactions. You'll have everything you need to bring him down." He grinned, excited at the possibility. "What do you need from me?" "A speedboat." The next day, I snuck up to a small cove near the shore of Whitman's Island and started changing into my catering outfit, bow tie and all. In exactly 24 hours, Argento has arranged for a speedboat to pick me up at the shore. In my backpack, I had a marine GPS, a handheld radio, a flare gun, a prepaid cell phone, a small dive flashlight, a safe cracking mechanism, and a knife, just in case. I had also dyed my hair blonde and grew a goatee, just in case I served my ex-wife. Plus, I paid $600 for 2 Italian passports and 2 one-way tickets to Italy. I made sure everything was in my bag, went to leave the cove, then saw a Latin man glaring at me. "What are you doing back here?" "Oh, sorry. I just wanted to change in privacy. I'm way early for the catering gig." He squinted his eyes and stared directly at me. "I don't remember seeing your picture on the catering list. I was a last-minute addition. I replaced someone. Your boss didn't inform me of that. Sorry." He gets distracted. "You mean she?" My heart dropped. Terror creeped up in me. Was I seriously about to be busted this early? She, right. I've done so many of these gigs. I forget who I work for sometimes. Look, this is not the gig to be messing around. Whitman's security team are all trained killers, and I don't mean that as a metaphor. If they catch any of my staff out of line, it falls back on me, and they will bring down the harshest punishments. My gut churned. "I understand, sir. I'll be on my best behavior." "You better be. I'll see you over at the catering tent in 20 minutes. He walked away, and I could breathe again. I headed towards the mansion. I studied the premises and clocked how many exits there were and where each one led out to. I memorized how many security guards were standing at each exit and where they weren't. I'm no soldier. I'm just a desperate data analyst with a belly full of rage and a justified goal to save my daughter. There was a marble dock, a gravel road, and the main house was the size of a small hotel. There was a guest compound, a helicopter pad, and a service area where the catering trucks were already unloading. The security men wore dark polos and walked the perimeter on a 20-minute loop. There were 6 of them I could count, plus the head of security, a man named Burke, who was built like a refrigerator covered in tattoos. I checked in with my boss. "Go work on making salads." I made my way into the kitchen, and as I stepped into the hallway, I saw my ex-wife, Whitman, and my daughter, Sophie, all being let in from a back door. My heart sank as I watched this asshole holding my daughter's hand. I could tell by the look on Sophie's face, she was forced to hold his hand. My ex-wife had a cold, stoic look that showed me her new life was not all it was cracked up to be. I kept my head down as I passed them, and they didn't even acknowledge I existed. I was the help, and Whitman acted like the powerful elitist. These types pretend the help doesn't exist. My anger grew after seeing this loser prancing around my daughter as if she owed him something. I felt the sadness coming from Sophie and wanted to just grab her in my arms and run away, but I knew I had to be smart. I whispered to myself, "I'll get you out of here soon enough, darling." There were about 50 guests here for dinner, and I was assigned a table far away from where my daughter was at the main table. I waited for dessert, then slipped out of the kitchen with a tray of glassware, walked the long way around the back of the house, set the tray down behind a hedge, and went up the service stairs into the back of the West Wing. I snuck into Whitman's office, checked for any surveillance cameras, made sure the coast was clear, and went over to his safe. I plugged in my safe-cracking device and saw the numbers start turning, trying to locate the secret code. Each minute that went by felt like an eternity. The safe cracker read 70% solved, then 80% solved, then 90% solved. The door handle to the office opened up and I ducked down behind Whitman's desk. I managed to hide the safe cracking device with a folded napkin, so whoever was inside wouldn't be able to see it. I peeked around the edge of the desk and my guts went into knots when I saw Whitman enter and approach his desk. I curled up, closed my eyes, and hid below his desk in a panic. I held my breath, terrified. I could do serious prison time if I got caught right now. From my POV, I could see his feet on the other side of the desk. He went to search for something, didn't find it, then made his way around to the front of his desk, a lot closer to where I was hiding. I curled up into the tiniest ball I could and stayed as still as possible. He was 2 feet away from me, and if he actually sat down at his desk, he would see me for sure. He opened up a drawer, took something out, and then my heart pounded when the beeping sound of my safe cracking device went off. It had opened up the safe successfully. Whitman stiffened. He turned to try and see where the sound came from, and I shook my head in rage because there was no way he wouldn't catch me now, especially if he sees his safe has been opened. He was about to walk over to check on his safe when his head of security walked in. "Sir, your wife wanted me to tell you that she needs you to make a toast." "Ah, right. Okay." I got lucky as hell because he walked out. I waited a few seconds, then rushed over to his safe, opened it up, and took out a case file labeled Transactions. I took pictures of every name, number, receipt, and amount of money through 10 pages. I went to text every picture to Argento, then realized I had no reception at all. This island was too remote, and Whitman didn't want anyone being able to contact anyone on the outside. I climbed out of the window and then saw I was 1 floor above the ground. There were some bushes below, and I awkwardly climbed out of the window, dangled as low as I could so the fall wouldn't be as hard, then dropped. I landed hard on the grass and turned my ankle a bit. Ah, crap. It wasn't a bad sprain, but it hurt. I stood up, turned the corner of the house, and bumped right into Burke, the head of security. "What the hell are you doing here?" "Hello, sir. Sorry, I was looking for the bathroom and got totally lost." He glared at me. As I grew terrified, he'd know I was lying. I looked down at the ground, and he got got closer to me. I smell bullshit. Why are you all nervous? I've just heard that you guys are seriously badass dudes that are not to be messed with, and I guess it scares me. It did. His hard exterior broke into a smile, and he smacked me hard on my shoulder. That's right, don't you forget it. And the bathroom's that way, idiot. He walked away, and I let out a sigh of relief. I made it back to the catering truck and saw my boss. Where the hell have you been? I just called security. I was searching for the bathroom, sir. Stop lying. Our portables are right there. He pointed to the portable bathrooms, and then I saw Burke and two security guys approaching us. Burke saw me. Yeah, I already saw that dope. He's fine. My boss had it out for me. No, he's doing something weird because he knew the bathrooms were right there. Burke tensed up, glared at me. His security guards also stared daggers at me. I didn't know what else to do but run. I took off in the opposite direction and made my way towards the back of the house. Burke and his two security guards chased me, but I was a lot quicker. All that muscle definitely slowed them down. I made it to a side window and hid behind an air conditioning generator. The security guys passed by me, and as they did, I heard Burke speak into his walkie. We got a code 9. We got a code 9. Don't alert the guests just yet, but be on the lookout for one of the wait staff. I waited for them to pass, then quickly snuck into a back window. I just needed to get my daughter, convince her to come with me, and then make it to the speedboat across the island. I rushed into the hallway and started searching through each bedroom door. I needed to change clothes quickly since they would be looking for a waiter. I found the master bedroom and rushed in and closed the door behind me. I can't believe
we have a graduation requirement, 80 hours of service in our community.
I was about to steal a suit from the asshole that stole my wife, but desperate times call for desperate measures. I went into his closet, found a slick black suit, and quickly put it on. I stepped out of the closet and saw my ex-wife staring at me in shock. She instantly recognized me and dropped her champagne glass. My disguise did nothing for me being this close to her. What in the hell do you think you're doing? Flashes of everything she'd done put me into a state of murderous rage. I should ask you that, you traitor. Her eyes bulged because she knew I was speaking the truth about her. There were a few things I really wanted to know. Did you plan destroying me together? Don't be ridiculous. You methodically, strategically lied about me at a live trial, by the way, and committed perjury. And you're calling me ridiculous? Why do you have on my husband's suit, weirdo? Are you really that sick? You're trying to be like him now? No, I don't give a shit about his suits. I came here to finish some business, and I need to blend in. Do you really think Sophie doesn't know the truth about you and your sicko new husband? Sophie knows exactly who you really are, because you've been lying to her, poisoning her with so much bullshit, and you're too dumb to know that she's too smart to believe it. My little girl knows exactly who I am based on how much I love her, and I bet that terrifies you. She turned cold. Part of her knew I was right and didn't want to admit it. Why are you really here and what are you planning? I grinned, even though I was so pissed. You'll see. She grew terrified, then darted for the bedroom door. I cut her off, grabbed her by the arm, walked her into the bathroom, shoved her inside, and barricaded the door so she was never getting out. Let me out of here right now. I will have you killed. Let me out. I checked my dumb suit in the mirror, then walked out. I kicked in all the bedroom doors and didn't see Sophie in her bedroom or any of the guest rooms. I entered the main ballroom area as if I truly belonged there and grabbed a glass of champagne. I had taken my fair share of acting classes and knew how to look important and blend in. I just had to sell it long enough to find Sophie and get out. I passed by a few guests and they stared at me, wondering who I was and how they knew me. On my way to the other side of the house, I ran into a bald man that was loaded with jewelry. I tried to walk past him, but he gripped onto my arm. Where do I know you from? I put on a slight British accent. You don't. Whitman brought me here for reasons that I cannot explain. Excuse me. I walked away, leaving him dumbfounded. Then I saw Burke and both of his security guards. Burke saw Whitman and pulled him aside. He said something in Whitman's ear, and Whitman turned red with rage. He gestured and pointed at Burke to keep searching everywhere, and then Burke stood up on a podium and addressed his guests. Excuse me, everyone. Excuse me. I am so sorry to interrupt, but it has come to my attention that there's an intruder among us. There were gasps all around. I even tapped the guy next to me as if he did something wrong. I'm only telling everyone because I hold all of you to be the most important people in my life, and you're only here because you were personally invited and loved by me and my wife. Where is my wife, by the way? He searched the crowd, and everyone looked everywhere. I pretended to look, then started to sneak sneak away. If anyone here doesn't recognize someone, please bring it to my attention. The bald man immediately pointed directly at me and yelled, "Intruder, right there!" Two party guests grabbed both of my arms and snarled at me. I kicked one in the nuts, then headbutted the other across the bridge of the nose and took off running across the living room. I slammed into a waiter that was carrying several champagne glasses, and his drinks crashed everywhere. Burke and his two security guys chased me. I shoved my way past a few more guests, sprinted across the entire house, and rushed into a play area where several children were playing. I spotted Sophie, rushed up to her, and she immediately recognized me. "Daddy!" She threw her little arms around my neck, and it took everything in me not to burst into tears right there. "Darling, I need you to listen to me, okay?" She nodded with her sweet little angelic face. "I'm here to take you away from these bad people so you can come live with me, but I need you to listen to everything I say, okay?" "Okay, Daddy. This is going to be a fun, exciting adventure." "Great!" I took her by the hand and rushed out of a side door. We ran as fast as her little legs would go and reached the shore to see the speedboat. For the first time all night, I thought that I actually had a chance at pulling this off. I smiled to myself. A tear spilled down my cheek as we approached the speedboat. Then my heart almost exploded out of my chest when I saw and heard the loudest explosion of my life. The speedboat burst into flames, and I had no idea how it happened. Sophie and I got sprung back off of our feet and landed in the sand. I was devastated. I got so close. Sophie started crying out of sheer fright. I looked back behind me and saw Burke holding a remote-controlled detonator and grinning from ear to ear. He called out to me. I know it's a little early for fireworks, but I always loved a good show. Before they could reach us, I quickly whispered to Sophie, "Run and hide on the other side of the shore and wait. I swear to you, baby girl, I'll find you." She quickly took off running and was able to escape before Burke and his two security guards arrived. I quickly hid my burner phone that had all the photographic evidence underneath the sand and marked it off in my mind where it is, so I would be able to find it. It's about 3 feet away from a wooden post. Burke grabbed me, shoved my face into the sand, and zip-tied my hands behind my back. "Got you, you little bitch." They dragged me behind the house and into a small shed that had power tools all over the wall. They sat me down in a chair, and Burke didn't speak a word. I was trembling in horror, but did my best to cover it. He wrapped his hands in gauze and proceeded to start slamming punches across my face and into my gut. All I could do was grit my teeth and hope my body held up long enough to survive this onslaught. Burke had a lot of fun beating on me. I thought I might as well try and get in his head. Maybe give myself a chance of escaping. I spit out some blood and smirked at him. "I bet you think you're pretty tough beating up on a tied-up man, don't you? Tied up or not, I would own you. Start talking. Why are you here? I know why he's here."
Yes, go! Another one. To focus on your game, you gotta clear your head. The active
Whitman stepped out of the shadows. "What I'd like to really know is that my suit?" I laughed, flashing a set of bloodied teeth. "It sure is, and I've been bleeding all over it." Whitman got right in my face. "I know you were in my safe. It has fingerprint detection and tracked someone else. Why were you in there?" "Wasn't me." Whitman nodded at Burke. That prompted him to grab a drill and put a hole through my hand. "Oh, you could at least take me out to dinner before tickling me like that." They both stared at me, shocked. "I will give you one chance to speak before my man ends you and buries you next to where the others are." That terrified me beyond belief. They had done this many times before. If I was going to escape, I would have to find a way to do it while they were taking me to the